Of course, I was just watching some live footage here of the Lakers in Denver. They flew into Denver Sunday afternoon to acclimate, and they're going through their workout this afternoon. Live footage coming on one of the major networks, but they think they got there in there early to get used to that high elevation.
Yeah, looking forward to that series, Tony. And maybe we'll see, even though Denver did get that win in Phoenix, maybe we'll still see a little bit of home and away. I think if one team you're going to think of in that way without, diving heavily into statistics, of course, it's going to be the Nuggets. But kind of interesting that we've ended up with these four teams in particular heading into the conference finals.
That's right, and no doubt about that. These teams heading in here to the conference in the finals of this game is trying to change to some image work here as we get to Ramon ready here for this segment here. I want to just make sure we get this backdrop better. Okay, here we go. I think I've got to change your graphic here in a second. But anyway, Ramon, let's know what you have going on this with the show today. I know you're looking baseball.
Yeah, Tony, today's matchup is between the Mariners and the Celtics. It'll be George Kirby on the mound for Seattle going up against Tanner Houck. The Mariners were riding a 6-game winning streak before they flubbed one up there against the Detroit Tigers yesterday on Sunday for their first loss in 7 games. They had that winning streak snapped. A rare hiccup from the bullpen for the Mariners, Tony. Right now, you look at the statistics of the bullpens. Mariners, they're number one, so that was a bit of a surprise. They're one of the best pitching staffs in baseball right now with their 20-20 record, but they allowed just 3.75 runs per game, and Kirby has been part of that with his 2.1 ERA thus far. Seattle has had their troubles with Boston, no doubt, over the last several years. They've Boston has won 8 of the last 9 meetings. We'll mention 21 of the last 27 games have gone over, but I think with Kirby, they can have one of their better games here. Look, they are a slight favorite today in Boston, and Boston. Yeah, they seem to have a little bit of trouble giving up the long ball against the Cardinals. Now, I'm not sure the Mariners have the same type of lineup that's going to be able to produce, even against Tanner Houck, who gets the start here for Boston. His numbers haven't been too great, but he has had some success against the Mariners and in this lineup, this expected lineup in particular. We've seen the Boston lineup. I'll get to that in just a moment, but Seattle's expected lineup just 3 for 20 in their career against Houck. Houck has thrown 10 1/3 innings against the Mariners in his career, and against this lineup, 10 strikeouts and 1 walk. So Seattle, I have their offense probably about number 20 or so, closer to the bottom 10 than the middle of the pack. That's for sure. So I'm not sure that their lineup can be overpowering here, but I think they're going to get a strong performance from Kirby. As far as Houck is concerned, uh, he'll be backed by a lineup tonight that I think might have some trouble with Kirby. Particularly top to middle of the lineup. Now, I think Turner has a good matchup against Kirby, but top of the lineup, Duran and Verdugo, I think Kirby can handle them a couple times around. Also, the middle with Devers, Cassis, and Tapia. I think Kirby can handle these guys. So I think Seattle, Mindy and I agreed. Mindy talked about some of our consensus plays today. This happened to be one of them as we took Seattle to beat Boston. I think it might be back more on the line of Kirby here. Seattle, Boston is a complete over this year. I mean, they are scoring plenty of runs. I have them as a number 5 offense, but Seattle's pitching, Kirby in there. 6 of the last 7 games have gone under thanks to that Seattle pitching. Mentioned their winning streak. 7 of the last 10. Seattle also 7-10. 7-11 to the under on the road, 12-16 to the under as a favorite. So, yeah, maybe people thinking Boston runs have been coming in heavy, but I just look at that number right there. It's double-digit total, and I look to go under 10, getting the 11 runs to beat me tonight with Seattle and Boston. And I've got one of the best pitching staffs in the league in the Seattle Mariners. So I'll be going under the 10 tonight, Tony. Though I feel contrarian in the pick, quite frankly, with Seattle and Boston tonight.
All right, well, it says go under the total here of 10 here with Seattle and Boston. It was 9.5, but there are some 9.5s in some of the places up there, Ramon. So, yeah, that's where some of the sharp money in Vegas is headed right now, is with this under. And, of course, the sharpest book in the world is at 10 under, juiced at minus 110. And just kind of looking at the market right now, a lot of 9.5s out there. So, this is about the only 10 right now. So, we're starting to see. Well, maybe they were playing up to the over, as you said. Maybe that's the case there. But anyway, from the 9.5 to the 10, remote 10 here. Of course, the Red Sox are having some issues here, bullpen-wise, right? Giving up some games late here in that Cardinal series, giving up some runs.
Oh well, yeah, Kenley Jansen. Well, now he came through with his 400th career save, but he also had he's having trouble with the pitch clock. Actually,
Yeah.
Tony, one of the rare things that we saw from Jansen was that he was called for pitching too quickly on a batter, and you're not necessarily seeing that as one of the things that happened with the pitch clock. So Jansen, he concentrated and knows he has to be better. He was able to get that milestone save, but yeah, the Boston bullpen has had plenty of issues, and Hauk hasn't been great. But again, I'm just favoring the fact that sure, Boston is known for their high scoring. Seattle comes in with the low scoring, and I'm thinking that Seattle's pitching can manage in Fenway here against Boston, no matter how strong the bats have been for Boston. To me, the metrics look pretty good for Kirby against particularly against the guys that I mentioned. You mentioned that steam that came in. In fact, it was kind of made the decision on my play when I was prepping for this morning's show. It was probably about 5 a.m., 5:15 my time when the Sharps did hit this game. You mentioned that 9.5, and that's pretty much when that line got hit this morning, around 8:15 Eastern time, and sent me into action into investigating that right away. And I knew I was going to come in on Seattle. Didn't know the way Mindy was going to go. The fact that she liked Kirby in the spot makes me think that they'll be able to handle the Boston lineup today.
Yeah, we're seeing some 9.5s now move to 10. Some of the sharp books there in Vegas is now moving this one to 10 right now, and the one next to you is moved to 10. So we're starting to see some a movement up on this game in this one here, from that 9.5 up to 10 here. Where Moses go buy it back here, take it under 10, that double digits in this one. Just going to take a scan here, just a quick look at the weather forecast. 72 degrees, wind blowing out. A little bit warmer temperatures now. We're getting now in middle of May in the East Coast, the Midwest.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, that's always an issue here when you're talking about in Fenway and how it's going to project. I'm showing today uh, it'll be mid to low 70s around game time with the wind blowing out. Quite frankly, 11 or 12 miles an hour out to right field. Maybe straightens out to center a little bit towards the end of the game as temperatures will dip into the low 60s by the time the game is going. So we'll see if that plays into it much at all. I think it's more, the Fenway. Yeah, the wind is blowing out here to right down around Pesky's Ball, but I'm going to have to side with this Seattle Mariners pitching staff right now. Been really one of the biggest surprises in the entire league thus far.
All right, Ramon here. Mariners, Red Sox under a total of 10, and this one to have a start time here of 7 Eastern time. All right, Ramon, let's take a look over at TonySpace.com. Put up a great record here for 2023. 5,257 units of profit. All documented over at TonySpace.com, so you can verify that by going to Ramon's handicap page. Go down to Picks History. You can see every play that's documented by Ramon. All right, Ramon, we have a hockey game up there. Still 15 games on the board for Major League Baseball. What do you have going on over at TonySpace.com?
Well, Tony, coming up, Mindy mentioned that game, and she's in it. She said she's in it, and I'm just noticing right now the screen just lighting up on the game that's coming up in about 35 minutes. I've got it as my discount best bet today, so check it out over at Tony'sPicks.com. I can come to you quite frankly, Tony. You can verify this. That total right now is what's on the move. I'm starting to see heavily juiced tens to the over. I'm even seeing some 10.5s on the game between the Mets and the Nationals coming up at the top of the hour. So get involved with that with my discount best bet today, Mets and Nationals. This one's coming up at 105 Pacific, 405 Eastern, 305 Central, and I've got it for $15 discount best bet over at Tony'sPicks.com. I also have that packaged with my other top plays for today in a 5-pack for $35 over at Tony'sPicks.com. You can save 20% by using the promo code TonyT at checkout. So we had Boston Celtics yesterday. We had the Golden Knights on the road. Roll with Ramon in the baseball season. I'll bring you home the money today. So got to also end up with a 3-pack. I'll sell it separately here after the first game goes off. 3-pack in Major League Baseball, and then maybe we'll come back with the hockey game. If you want to just get the hockey game solo, that's fine too. But right now, all my 5 plays for today are packaged up in one package with a game about to go off in 35, 40 minutes or so, with that Mets and Nationals late afternoon start today with Peterson and Corbin. And like I said, that total being heavily juiced right now at 10 over at this point. And looks like, money coming in here right now, maybe on the Mets a little bit. I'm starting to see one of the most popular online books at $1.65 at this point. That's way down from their opener, but that's still a brisk favorite on the road. Pick up my 5-pack today at Tony'sPicks.com. Definitely had some strong winners yesterday on the card. We've come back a little bit here over the last 48 hours of getting some back, and I got a 5-pack today. Might not be done. Might be looking at some night action too, maybe on some late steam. But we got some other content that I'll tell you about in just a moment regarding those games today, Tony.
That's right, guys. Got board with Mo Scott over at Tony'sPicks.com. We'll flash the numbers again. 5,257 units of profit, all documented over at Tony'sPicks.com. Verify that by going to Ramon's handicapper page over at the site and get signed up. And of course, today, as Ramon was mentioning, he's got a 5-pack up there. Get on board with it here at $35. That includes the baseball and for those plays, including the hockey on the board as well. Ramon's discount best bet on the board as well, sold individually at $15. That is also bundled in the 5-pack. So that's the best value, right? Don't buy the boat, just buy the 5-pack at $35. Get all 5 plays from Ramon. That's the way to roll. Or if you prefer the longer term passes, we have a 3, 7, or 30 sports pass, which is great value there. That's 7 days. Well, here we are on a Monday. Great time to get that 7-day pass. Get all Ramon's premium plays for 7 days. That's all his baseball. His NBA, of course, the NBA Western Conference Finals begins Tuesday. The Eastern Conference Finals on Wednesday. NHL coverage as well with that 7-day pass. And, of course, Ramon, peripheral sports. Okay, here, this is the time of the year, right? We're whittling down the NBA and NHL, so Ramon will be in action there with possibly tennis, possibly soccer. We know he is in action with UFC or on the weekends, Bellator once in a while. So get on board there with Ramon with that 7-day pass. And again, you can save 20% off when you use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You can access Ramon's page by clicking the link you see there in the description. Click the All Cappers tab, and then you'll land right on Ramon's page, and you'll get signed up. Do the math on this one here. That's a good savings there here of 20% off. You'll save $30 off that 7-day pass when you use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll land right on Ramon's page and go ahead and get signed up. All right, Ramon. Also, we put together a Twitter account for you, Tony's Picks Ramon. More picks for you. Ramon controls the account there, so you'll get picks right from Ramon when he his release times. Also, let you know a little bit about his service as well. And of course, they can find them another morning steam show in the books. The show is off on Tuesday. Ramon comes, though, on Game Day Picks and does his full rundown of the pro sports for you on Game Day Picks tomorrow. So make sure you guys tune in for that. And, of course, they'll find more content over from you on the Discord.
Sure, I'll be with you tomorrow, so we'll have a pick in the NBA Western Conference Finals. I mentioned, Tony, it's ironic that those 4 teams, Denver, LA, Miami, Boston, those are the bubble teams that we had, and just kind of strange that just 4 days after the medical emergency was declared over, that here they are again in the conference finals. 3 years after the bubble, the same teams have emerged to make their way towards an NBA championship. So we'll have a pick for you tomorrow on the show here. Also, join us in the Discord if you like some more information or questions or requests. It's slowing down a little bit in there, I noticed, with the major leagues. There you see some notes that I brought in there. Mindy's game, you mentioned that opener, Brogdon there at the bottom, the opener for Brady Falter there, and the Yankees decided to go with an opener as well in their game tonight. So that's the type of information I bring to you. And my unfortunate news there, Tony, Doyle Brunson passing away. So just bummed out today a little bit about that, certainly. But Tony, yeah, I got a couple embedded videos here on the website as well. Have my sponsor video on one of the late games. You want another free play from me? You get it right on the website. I have a play for you tonight in the game between the Twins and the Dodgers. That's in my sponsored video here on TonySpix.com and on my leaderboard video, which you can find on the TonySpix.com YouTube page and embedded here on the site. I've got a selection for you in another late game between the Phillies and the Giants. You can check that one out as well, and I'll come up with another one here on Twitter. I gave out a play on every game on the morning's team. I've got at least 4 or 5 premiums and maybe another 1, 2, 3, who knows, and I'll find another play. I'm gonna match. I analyze every game. It does seem like a lot of plays, but the free plays are what they are, and we want to bring you some of our handicapping knowledge, try to get you on the winning track. But of course, it's our premium plays that are the most significant here at Tony'sPicks.com, and you get those with that premium pick package. That's where I save my best picks. The one that has those 50 units of profit so far for the year on the site. Okay, maybe I gave a few back, but it's just proven, Tony, especially you look at tonight's game, the hockey game, right? I mean, up 31 units last year in the NHL, up 21 units this year in the NHL. All of our plays are documented here at Tony'sPicks.com, third-party documentation. That's the best thing about this site and some of the competitors as well. It's easy to shop and compare, if you will. It's kind of like going out for insurance here. Just check out the handicapper leaderboards and see who's hot, and then make a decision who you're going to roll with in the playoffs. In the remainder of the playoffs, I'll be here. I'm not going anywhere, and I've come up with some pretty big winners this weekend to get back on track. Like I said, I had Boston to roll Philadelphia. I had the Golden Knights last night. So we come through in the big games, and you want to be with me. So sure, grab that 3-day, that 7-day, that 30-day, and ride with me through the remainder of these playoffs.
That's right, guys. Get Ramon's got over at Tony's Picks, and of course the Twitter account Tony6Ramon. You'll find out more about Ramon's service there. He'll keep you updated on what's going on, as well as that free pick there on the Twitter account Tony's Picks Ramon. All right, Ramon, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow with your rundown.
Okay, I'll get to work right now. We got a baseball card for tomorrow, and yeah, Western Conference Finals, Denver and LA. Who'd have thought? Who'd have thunk it?
Who'd have thought? I thought Denver would be there. I saw Denver in the preseason. I liked them a lot, but I was not. The Lakers was that team I would not expect to be there.
No, we got the number ones, and, well, yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe if you took this roster, you might say they had a better chance once they revamped it a little bit, but also don't forget, Miami maybe stunning everyone as that number 8 seed, but who was the number 1 seed last year in the Eastern Conference? That was the Miami Heat. So maybe things, a little bumpy road along the way for the Heat, but like I said, they've definitely put it together, and they're the one getting every coach fired, possibly, here, it looks like.
That's right. No doubt about that, everyone. Have a great afternoon and evening. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Got it. Ron